Good morning. I'm leaving Luz San Xavier and going towards Argelia Gazost. You can see the weather is not super sunny yet, but it was everything was completely foggy and no visibility just an hour ago. My cycling clothes hasn't actually dried up since yesterday, so I had to turn on the heater in the house for a little bit at least to get the shorts more dry. Yeah, so don't leave your stuff outside in the mountains because it may be wet at night. So the plan for today, I think I'm gonna do around 95 kilometers, almost 2,000 meters of elevation gain. And the plan is to climb up the Col de Aubisque, which is one of the nicest climbs of the Tour de France. We actually, I had a spoiler. We drove past it because apparently the closest road from Spain to here is through Col de Aubisque. We didn't see it before because at night it's closed. Sorry, not at night. In winter it's closed because of the snow. But yeah, but now it's super nice. It's not very high. It's about 1,600 meters of elevation. And it's actually the second port if we go from here. I don't remember the name of the first one, but I'll need to go over one, then descend a little bit, and then I'll go over the next one. So the forecast is good. It's warm, but I am actually wearing all the layers I have, even though they're not the warmest. I'm with a gilet with a base layer, and this time a short sleeve jersey, just because, yeah, I don't know if it's bad luck, but you saw the rain yesterday probably. Yeah, I was wearing the whitest jersey in the world, and it was raining, so I'm trying to bring good luck by not wearing the white jersey. Yeah, I'm going 35k an hour, 150 watts. So right now the road to Argelia Gazost is about 15 kilometers, and it's all slightly downhill, maybe minus a couple percent average. So it's a very good warm-up. And then after that we start climbing. So as I progress, actually my climbing gets easier. Ah, nice. So actually this road on the left, it's actually an alternative route, I think, to climb up to Luzardiden. So I did like the main climb, or what is considered like an old Strava segment, and this is an alternative route, I think, to the same place. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's it. And yeah, so I'm just warming up until Argelia Gazost, and then the climb is not as steep. So the steepest sections are I think around 8%. So the idea is that actually I started with the Col de Tourmalet, then I did Luzardiden, so 8% over 18 kilometers, 7.5% over 13 kilometers, and now it's going to be easier and easier. And then I'm going to have just 2 routes left that I'm planning to do tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. If I'm lucky, I want to climb up the Col de Tentes, which is in the National Park Gavarnie. It's not a Tour de France climb because it's a national park. I'm going to tell more about it then. But it's 30 kilometers over 5% gradient, starting with just 3. So it's very, very mild climb. And then maybe I will climb up the Hautakam, which starts from Argelia-Gazost, and I think it's around 5% over 13 kilometers. So yeah, not as steep as the first 2 days, which allows the legs to ease off, and legs are surprisingly working. I'm going through Argelia-Gazost. Right here, we stayed during the Christmas holidays. It's kind of funny how, yeah, just coming to the same place. So this is the bigger town that is right next to us, and this one looks like there is some life to it. And at the same time I started climbing, so it says I'm at the start of a 10-kilometer climb that I know goes out of the town. Yeah, which means it's time to take off the gilet, and it's getting quite warm. So I went off at 19 degrees, now it says it's 21. So yeah, and the road, it would go out of the town and to the left. It doesn't look sunny there yet. And the sun is out. Another upside down sign, and I caught some group that goes almost my pace. Let's see how they climb. Okay, there's a water tap situation, and figured that this would be probably the last point. So it's the last point before the big climb, and it should be enough for me to go up and down. I am 30 kilometers in, and now I have a 7-kilometer climb which goes, I think, up to the first the first port, or col, how they call them here, so the first peak. This one is average 8% and 8 kilometers. So I have that. Then I have another shorter climb, less steep, until the main point. But that overall is going to be about 17 kilometers from here. And then I'm descending back, and I have 2 bottles with me, which might be actually enough also to go all the way to home. How cool is that? So I have 1K to go to Col de Soulor, which I think is just right over here, and then I'm descending. And I'm past the Col de Soulor, going downhill towards the Col de Aubisque, which I think you can actually see it on the front to the right above the cloud. So this is quite an amazing part of the course. there's no very big hairpins, and the visibility of the road is actually quite good. When we were driving here, I thought that actually on the bike you might go much quicker, because some of these turns you can just go in the straight line without even going to the opposite direction lane. How cool is that? I think I'm gonna have to stop on one of the turns just to take a picture. Yeah, maybe not the turn, but down there at the bottom. Yeah, so on the way back that would be the climb, but nothing super steep or sketchy, so up here. So cool. Oh, this is a scary tunnel. It's okay, but it has these concrete blocks and there is no light, and I don't have a light, and you have to just trust to go basically blind. Yeah, maybe even having a car pass in there would have been okay, because that would turn on the lights and like you would see at least something. The epic Col de Aubisque. So I'm up at the Col de Aubisque, and I just had lunch at this nice place. They don't take cash. No, they only take cash. They don't take cards. They don't have any like sandwiches, the normal ones, but they have something that's like a kind of like a ham sandwich fried in butter with cheese on top, with some fries and some light salad. So that's nice. That would count as lunch. And now I go down. Time to go back home. It's 40. I have 46 kilometers to go, and most of that is downhill, but if it's going to be windy, it's going to be a little bit scary. going back to Col de Soulor, which is right in front of me. It's like a 2-kilometer climb, and there is no visibility. It's actually, yeah, it's a little bit on the left. So going downhill here, I was above the cloud and it was very sunny here, and now, yeah, not as nice, but super fascinating how you get both types of conditions within like just an hour apart, basically. And then I'm sure that after Col de Soulor it should be sunny again because there's no clouds there. So maybe I actually need to take off the gilet for the following descent, because yeah, now it was cold in the clouds, but there it's sunny again. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. So crazy, like there's nothing, and here's the road, and there's the sunny sky, and there goes nothing, and here's the Col de Soulor, and here goes nothing. So actually when I just crossed it, I could see the Col de Aubisque in the back. Now there's nothing. Last meters to the top. And yeah, the descent will be cloudy. So I think the goal of the day, let's not cook the brakes. So the car is going much slower than I would want to. the guy who I actually overtook. That is scary. I wonder what brings that. So he was going very, very careful downhill. And here it's actually, I think, definitely not as scary as it was like higher. So I wonder if he was just going too fast and misjudged the corner, or if it was the car that hit him. And we're back in another town. This is the one where I got the water from. I don't think I need any more. I'm just gonna drive past it and go straight back home. On the way to the town where we're staying, I have just about over 10k to go. Yeah, it's been a very nice route. The weather, I think it's quite amazing actually. It's not too hot. It's very interesting how sometimes it's very cloudy, sometimes it's sunny, and I got to enjoy everything. So my whole ride would probably be around 4 hours and maybe 15 minutes of just riding time, so excluding the stops, but I did have a very nice lunch. So yeah, if I had enough nutrition I would probably not stop there, but I think it's even enriching experience to have a nice stop at some point. So yeah, as always, like and subscribe and let me know in the comments how you like it, and I'll see you soon.